I'm Tuija Pulkinnen. I'm a professor working mainly in magnetospheric part of the Sun-Earth system. So my main interest is looking at the global models that model the solar wind as it interacts with the geomagnetic field and how that causes space weather effects, be that in the near Earth space around where satellites are located, or be they on ground harming our power systems or other technological systems. I've been here 2 years now, and I come originally from Finland. And what I like to do in my free time is I like hiking and biking. One of the things that I would prefer Michigan have a bit more is mountains. There aren't very many, so biking and hiking have been relatively flat here, but so they are in Finland as well. But what I really do love in the US is the Southwest and going up to the mountains. That's something that I look forward to doing over the summer. Solstice is really something that I've always dreamed of, because it's such a big effort that targets everything, starting from the sun, going through the solar wind, and coming to the magnetosphere, ionosphere, and fundamentally back on ground. And it's really great to have a big team with different areas of expertise and even different areas of science to tackle the same problem altogether, because these problems are so complex that no researcher can tackle the whole chain on their own. Ending up in space science is really a coincidence. The day I graduated with my master's, which was actually in solid state physics, Finland joined the European Space Agency and started a big space science program. And so I thought, hey, I want to be a graduate student there. And so I was the first Finnish graduate student in space science. As a department chair, I have multiple tasks, of course, to fulfill. And so a lot of my day goes into trying to develop the department conditions and research and education as to be as optimal as possible. But then when I get to do research, it's of course a lot of communication with my own research group. So we have one-on-one meetings with my students and postdocs. It's group meetings in different settings with a bigger group comprising a couple of professors and their groups, as well as my own little group where we talk more in detail of the things that everybody's working on. And then my own research is a lot looking at observations. Actually, the distribution of work in my group is such that the students and postdocs do most of the actual modeling. I look at the model results, and I also look a lot at the observations and try to find where there's good correspondence between observations and models, and where the models need further improvements, and also how can we use the models to interpret the physical processes that we see in the observations. My career, when you look back at it, it looks sort of logical, but it's actually been a lot of taking advantage of situations as they arise. So I did my PhD at the University of Helsinki in Finland, and I worked in Finland. But then I did also part of my PhD work at Goddard Space Flight Center with a professor there, and who then subsequently moved to Boulder, Colorado. And so I got an opportunity to go and work with him again in his group for over a year. And that was really nice introduction to the US science community, and was really beneficial for my future career. I then returned back to Finland and was happily working there when my colleagues from Los Alamos approached me saying that they had an opportunity to get a visiting professor. And so I joined Los Alamos team for a year, which was also great fun and a very good experience. I then moved on to university leadership. I was, for 8 years, I was 4 years a dean for a school of electrical engineering and vice president for research and innovation, and actually have spent most of the past 10 years or so dealing with leadership and learning about innovations, which I didn't know very much about before starting as vice president. And then at the end, I was approached by Michigan asking if I was interested in the chair position here. And so that's the last career move that took place only 2 years ago. For young people, it's first of all, it's always great to work with young people because they're so talented and so eager to learn, and they have everything going for them. To give advice to young students is challenging. I think everybody just needs to follow their own path and do what they like to do, because every person is different and everybody should really enjoy what they do. But one thing is, maybe there's one thing that I can say that has worked for me, and that is that situations come and they always come at the wrong time. It's so many times that I've said, oh God, this is a wonderful opportunity. I wish it wasn't now. And I've always taken those opportunities because I felt that they wouldn't come again, and they don't. And so if there's something that I would like to say is, when you see an opportunity, grab it, go for it. So far, we've been just developing really the means for research, but I think it's really great that my student has already devised analysis tools that allow us to look at the simulation data in more complete sense than is possible before, and that also allows us to trace the energy flow through the system, because energy is fundamentally what carries the information from the sun to the surface of the earth, and following the energy flux in the system is an important part of that. And so we are very close to being able to do that through the different boundaries in the system already. I'm personally very excited about the opportunity to study the energetics, how the energy flows in the system under very different conditions, varying from regular solar wind to the very high intensity solar storms that sometimes hit the Earth. So that will open, the Solstice project will open lots of opportunities to look at the entire chain and how that happens, and that's going to be a gold mine for the research type of research that I do. For the Solstice project as a whole, I see really great opportunities expanding the space physics community towards the machine learning community, and I'm really excited about the machine learning professors joining our team and the contributions that they've been able to bring in a very, very short time. And the even more exciting part of that is that our students are already grabbing those tools and running away with them. And so I hope that the next generation of space scientists will be much better versed on those techniques than us older generation are.